I'm gonna go share it too. Let me see my video. Okay. Okay, let me go ahead and share it. Let me tweet it. Hey guys, this is Awakened Soul and Abe. We're doing this live, going over Bitcoin, the market, and decoding XRP today. Just give us 1 second and we'll be with you. Just a second. You can see I'm just sending it over to my Discord. And do you want to share? Say hi.
Hey, everyone. Glad to have you all here. Yeah, I'm sharing it right now to my Facebook. Copying and
Oops,
pasting it.
wrong one. Do you want to? Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and share it. Should I share it at Waters?
You can. Should be a good idea. Maybe we get some influx from over there.
I'm going to go. General chat.
Got 4 watching right now. Good deal.
Okay. Beautiful.
Z, send a heart. Nice. Thank you, Z.
Okay, so we're gonna be going over this Bitcoin chart. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day, and let's go ahead and begin. First thing is we're gonna start in a 4-hour time frame here. As we can see, Bitcoin had a little push to the upside. We are finding some resistance on the 4-hour, and with this possible megaphone, and of course, if we break this support, we're gonna hit our demand zone. This is more shorter time frame here, but yeah, go ahead, Abe.
Yeah, I
What do
see
you
a
think? What do
clear.
you think the
I see
shorter
a
time
clear bounce.
frame?
I see a clear bounce from what is that? Around 27,000. In one of my charts, I have 27,200 as a floor and support, and it looks like we're getting it a large wick right there at your lower low. I don't know what it pushed down to, but it seems like it was balled up and closed on the 4-hour, and again on the 2-hour right here, uh, above 27. Correct, 27.2.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah,
I was
if we go to the
thinking.
bottom of those candles, your red dots, that's really where I was talking about getting bought up from and closing all those 2-hour candles, uh, 4-hour candles above that 272, 27,200. I just that to me is for some reason been a key level of support for Bitcoin. Highly tied to some of the numbers we may go over tonight and some decoding. Um, but yeah, it's to me it's been bravo. Superb, bon appetit in the charts. Time to eat. But to be smart.
Right. I was also looking at the weekly time frame, and we'll go back to our smaller time frame here. But just like we provided on the weekly, this bull flag, as you can see here, I was thinking that. Let me show you. Right, we could definitely create a new bull flag here. And I'll just highlight it really quick. Right, this bull flag, and just like we did here, and we could continue to the upside. And because we do have major demand zones at 33K,
Correct.
so that's something that I was looking at earlier today, right? And then we go back to the 4-hour time frame just so it could be nice and clear, right?
Yeah, because I've
Sorry
heard
if
you
there's
bring up
a lag,
this
guys.
chance. No, you're fine. I haven't noticed it except for on YouTube, but I don't know if that's expected. So I'm viewing it on StreamYard actually, as we talk. Um, but yeah, it might be expected. for a little lag on YouTube
So
since we're using StreamYard.
right here, so that bull flag corresponds to this resistance right here that I pulled our higher high to the next higher high, and we have this resistance. So we could definitely continue to have a push up to 29 because there's a lot of what is the demand that I pulled using the supply and demand indicator. If you don't have it, guys, really great indicator to have. But so I pulled this trend line, one touch, two touch, and it just gave me that Collins with that demand zone at 29. I could definitely be wrong, but and also if I pull a fib from the high to the low, right, it's a golden pocket retracement at 61.8. So it's like three confluences of our 4 hour resistance. Um, we have our demand zone, and we have a golden pocket fib possible retracement. We also have, let me see, maybe we pulled a volume profile like a POC. Maybe
Correct.
that could give us some more indication of where price action is going. Like I said, this also, if you view it, it looks like a W on the
Yeah.
4 hour. So I do see a possible W right here. And so if we break this will be our resistance where we're tapping right now. And also this megaphone, we could get a measure move and also corresponding to the 29 target. So that's a good possibility. Do you think we're going to have a continuation of a push up here, Abe?
I've been pretty consistent on it since late last year that uh, March, April, we would see an automatic rally in the charts, very similar to a Wyckoff reaccumulation after decline, which is what we were in last year, following by automatic rally. And then we would decide where the markets would turn over from there, leading into the end of the year. That's been my
Mm-hmm.
assumption. Anything can happen in May with the famous sell in May and walk away term, always used by famous
Mm-hmm.
stock market participants for hundreds of years. Um, so, I mean, anything can happen next month, at the end of this month, as we approach it in a few days. But yeah, I mean, I'm seeing a continuation to a possible 33 to 38K. I'm big on
Come on.
32,200. I've got a level to exit the market then. With some cryptos.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to de-risk at higher levels. Limit orders are already set, but yeah, I'm pretty keen on this market. Hold if we hold since we held this 27,200 in a 4 hour daily weekly fashion, looking pretty. Like I said, bon appetit. I think we're about to eat. Anybody that just accumulated. I mean, I think it's smart to get ready to de-risk if you haven't already, or if you just bought this dip because you've held. I think we're gonna push up, just like XRP recently. It broke the 47 cents, and then it came back to I think 46, 45, and now it's pushing back up even higher. Already setting another 47-cent retest, which is a higher high. So if you look at that chart, you can see like I think Bitcoin's just about to follow in suit with it on the smaller time frames.
You're
This
talking
was
about
this was
you're talking
XRP on the
about
5 minute.
XRP.
Yeah, on the 5 minute. I
What
was
coin?
looking at that earlier.
Oh, hold on. Let me go to XRP. Let me see. Yeah, the only I do have a Elliott wave count. So that is my concern.
Right.
And if again, I am a day trader, so I am looking at the smaller, moves here. I'm looking at,
Right.
a possible lower high, and yeah, we could get a higher a higher low and then continuation to the upside, right? Because
Right.
we could definitely, set come down and start trending up. That could definitely be our play. But we could
Correct.
also, in the bigger picture, like in the like we see here, the higher low, we got a low. We could get another higher low, and what's not to say that we push lower,
Correct. Correct.
right? That could also be a
The only
play
thing I would say is
possibility.
those two trend lines kind of show me like a descending digression trend or something that could tend to break higher. I know it broke low, but since it's broken back into it, like if we draw a heart line there in the middle of it, and pay attention to that white line basically is where that heart line would intersect, and then we can tell if we're going to test our demand zone if we get
Yeah,
above our heart line. That's how I would draw it, personally, just me. But I mean, it's the same thing. You're in a downtrend, so we got to be careful. But I would just play it off the simple fact that
yeah,
if it is a descending channel or descending wedge or something, that mathematically has a 68% chance of a break higher. So again, that leaves, what is that,
right.
32% chance of a break lower. So I mean, it's really shuffling cards here, but yeah, it's just taking the breakout. We got to play the breakout if we're gonna be active in this market or getting ready to accumulate, de-risk, or just trade in general. It's about knowing where the breakout takes us.
Bird Dog said 150x long YOLO.
You only live once. I heard that, Bird Dog. I heard that. Thank you for the
You
support, brother. How are you? Yeah, got to view the chat.
We're gonna YOLO here.
Yeah.
No, no, no. Let's not YOLO. Let's
Hi,
take our
Clint. Thank you,
time.
Clint.
Oh, that's hilarious. I've always continued to CA, but as a day trader, I'm just looking at this like resistance, lower high,
Right.
and I'm trying to
We got
see,
to.
are we gonna get that 50% retracement? Because right now, like pulling that fib from the top to the bottom, right? 38.2 retracement.
Yeah.
So if
That's
we
that's critical.
if we have we stay here, that's gonna give us like this possible bear, right?
Possible dead cat bounce. You broke up
We
right there for a second.
if we stay here.
Yeah.
Sorry. No, I was just saying if we hold this 38.2 with price action, cl- like not closing above it, this could be a possible bear flag, and then we could break to the downside. Um, so, and like I said, and we have that megaphone here, something to be aware of. Just as a shorter time frame for day traders. Um, eight brings more the long term. I bring this megaphone right here that could
That's
possibly
nice.
play
That's
out
nice.
too, right? So if
Yeah, I
this
think I think
this
anything's
price
possible.
actions listening and receiving the lesson. Yeah. So of course, but 33 could definitely play out if we don't hold 29. That's my line in the sand. If we don't hold 29 and if we break above 29, for me, we're definitely going to 33, right?
Yeah.
But level to level, and of course, I have my 50% retracement for me, my 50% retracement. Would you
Okay.
like to share your BTC and then we could go on to XRP?
My charts on BTC or the decode part.
Yeah, yeah, we could do. Yeah, no, we could do. Yeah, well, I bring the short term, and A brings the decode, the longer term aspect
Mindset.
to the market. So I think, yeah, and the mindset, of course. For me, everything's level to level as a trader, and just play what you see. And after a high, you know, expect possibly to follow through. We could even retest this trend line, this purple trend line. that we just completely went through, we could definitely come back, retest, and then have that follow through to the upside too, giving
Yeah,
us that
it,
higher low here, and
correct.
then we could have that momentum back to the upside.
Yeah, that,
Something
that
to
high right there
be
could be
aware. Our
possible, like one
RSI
wave.
is probably a little bit over. So of course oversold, overbought here in the 30 minutes.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah, you could go ahead and share your BTC chart and show us what you're looking at and in your time frame, and then we could do XRP.
All right. Yeah, they love
I think
XRP.
that'll be good. Everybody loves XRP.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah,
All
but
right, I should be
I think
backstage.
a lot of people. Yeah. Okay. Let me stop sharing and then I remove add to stream.
All right, you see me?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah,
Yeah, I see you.
this is what.
Hold on, Bird Dog said holding and watching my portfolio get cut in half every May. No bueno.
No, no
Yeah, Bird
bueno.
Dog, you gotta join the trading. You gotta
Yeah,
join the training club. We're growing our money every day. It's
yeah.
yeah, it's crazy.
That's why I
But let's
accumulate.
see, what do you
Dollar
have for
cost
us then?
average. Yeah. Yeah, on the 2 hour time frame for the last several days, like I said, I've just been watching this 27,200 level for Bitcoin, and me using the numbers. Sorry, World Penguin Day. I'm sorry, I was excited about that. Happy feet in me, but anyways, it gave us 116, and that's tomorrow, the 116th day of the year. So I was pretty excited about that. But anyway, um,
Yeah. Why? Let's tell them why. Because it's your birthday tomorrow.
yeah,
Happy
yeah.
early
Tomorrow's my
birthday.
birthday. I turned 33, so thank you. I appreciate
Happy
that.
birthday. Uh-huh.
Thank you. But yeah. So anyway, money ties us to the 72 and 27 number. So I was viewing it as 27,200 as tying us into money or Bitcoin, tying us into the 72 we get there, or fiat. Some people call money fiat, which is what it's known as, 2772, but it's all currency. And I think the strongest currency is our brain. But yeah, so currency giving us that same 27 as well. So I just felt like this was a major range for Bitcoin, a cryptocurrency, a cryptographically secured currency. Okay, so I drew a horizontal line and we came right down to it. And this was one of three major ranges that I gave for support, to a personal client of mine, and to get, uh, kind of like you were saying, a W pattern possible breakout, or maybe some would consider this to be a, I don't know, maybe a cup and handle forming. I wouldn't really consider that. What I was considering was a break out of a descending wedge, which we tend to get, like I said, a 68% chance overall of a breakout to the upside. But crypto is very volatile and it doesn't follow all the rules. So I drew a fib in reverse from swing high on the 2 hour time frame to this low right here, this very pivotal point before we shot up in a dead cat bounce, what it looked like. And that's basically showing me an accumulation range of the 1618, which is the golden ratio of phi. And as a decoder in me, I want to look up all the important things that date back predating man. So I want to look up all the ancient prehistoric teachings. And the golden ratio of phi is really 1618 right here at the decimal placement. Um, there are certain other readings, like some people will consider it the 2618, like it says right here. But when you break it down, it's the 1618 for many years. So that's what I was seeing as a great accumulation range and a potential, shakeout, fake out in the markets. And the fact that we're getting this today and yesterday on the 25th, leading into yesterday as well, late hours, we're just getting this bounce off of 27,200, which I don't want to say like I was right, because anything can happen from here. Like you said, we can fall on over and set a lower low, and that would consider that this high is was well, it's it for now that we're going to see in the short term. So it's really just a bunch of hurry up and wait and see where the market continues to take us, where the market makers continue to take us. So that's like 2 hour time frame right now, but it's based off a daily view as well. When you look at this chart, go back in time, you get multiple daily confirms as well around this frame. Just a lot of wick, large wick theories, and I pay attention to that.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's Bitcoin. We can look at XRP like you said. I've been playing a little bit
Yeah.
with some trades because of your advice. I've done pretty well. So shout out to you and your amazing technical analysis on the lower time frames and skills. This is what I was looking at. Was this
Thank
higher
you.
high I was speaking of earlier? We hit 47 cents again, a high of 48.
Hmm.
This is the Bitstamp chart. So this is again showing to me that Bitcoin can possibly go and set a 29, 30K high again, maybe a higher high than it's previously set. And I just think XRP is super suppressed. It might be, up there with Ethereum right now, kind of leading the market, leading the rally. Ethereum's pushing up even higher. If we can get back above this trend line, it's going to show me some major support if we can hold that on lower time frames, daily time frames, 2 hour time frames as well. So yeah, but XRP is one I'm really keeping an eye on for some potential volatile moves. I didn't lose you, did I?
No, no, no. I'm here. I turned off the music because it was breaking up a little bit, and it's probably my connection. I'm guessing.
Yep.
So I just didn't want so many screens open.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was
I
my
think we're
connection. My
good
internet's
now.
been pretty spotty all day.
What time
I
frame are
got
you looking?
this is 2 hour right now. XRP. It was on the 5 minute
Okay.
when I was showing you this higher
Okay.
high. That's how I was trading it. Was on the five
Yeah.
minute. I shared this level in your
It's
Discord.
providing a nice here in like the 30 minutes. Hmm.
30 minutes. What were you
Yeah.
looking at here?
Yeah, we're providing a nice range. No, a nice range from that high, and if we mark that low, it's a nice range even to trade. Like in my eyes, I see it as a good range to like, play highs and lows within this
Correct.
range till it breaks
From
to
this
the
high to this
upside.
low, or from this high to this
Mm-hmm.
low to the back.
Yeah, I would do 44 to 48. I like that range.
Yeah, yeah, definitely a nice trading range of 4 cents to 3 or 69x leverage, whichever one you prefer, Awaken. But yeah, I shared this in your Discord for potential chances to go lower, and to see us swipe through all these ranges wasn't surprising. That's why, and again, I de-risked up here at 47, opened a 3x long short. I was able to close that short around here when we started getting bullish. I was seeing a potential, I don't know. To me, it was looking like a left shoulder head, right shoulder, and to me, I think that was a pretty wacky right shoulder. But that's how I'm playing it. And it worked out. I was able to close the short, de-risk the rest of my long, and now I'm not in a trading position. Like I was able to get out of the accumulated 44 cent long that I've been in, going all the way back to the 23rd of this month. So I mean, it's taken 72 hours plus or minus, and I was in a trade. Uh, yeah, right at that time. I think maybe it was the 20th. I really got into the trade. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I can't remember, but yeah, it was after one of your last videos, and I was able to execute, looking at the smaller time frames, and you know, do pretty things for myself and my portfolio. So I'm excited.
that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah, and as a trader, I think it's important to understand what time frame you're playing and where your entry and your exit, is. A lot of traders could go in not knowing, okay, where they're gonna exit, and it's like you can't jump in a trade without knowing where you're gonna come out, right?
correct.
Or like, what is your stop loss? What is your line in the sand? Like, you need to know that information before you even take a trade. Yes, Bird Dog. I've been thinking of like turning on some bots, to be honest with you, just because I'm doing a lot of educational at this time. So it is. I'm finding that it's harder for me to trade, and I enjoy it. I enjoy it, but
Right.
I'm trying to help, and it's difficult for me to like do everything because trading takes time, takes um for
Focus.
me focus. Yes, exactly, focus, and I don't want to be playing around with it and helping, and it's just a lot to do to handle.
Correct.
But have you used bots before, Abe?
Trading bots.
Uh
No,
huh.
I've never, like, I never knew much about them. Like, I've had a few friends, like I've mentioned before, that have, have them on their phone and they're trading with this app or this stock bot and whatever, and it's like telling them when to buy and sell. And it's like, to me, I was just like, the way they were presenting it, I never needed anybody to do that for me. Like, I felt like I could be sophisticated enough, even if I wasn't at the time, to either learn the process or just do it myself. And that's not the alpha male in me trying to think that I'm better. It's just like I just didn't trust an outside third party, basically, with my finances. Like, again, it's hard to tell somebody what to do with your finance, and I think that's a lot of the reason why we have sometimes people believing in our work, when it comes to a speculative asset like cryptocurrency. I think they just want to see the proof, like, you got this, you've done this, and it's like, well, that's not what it's about. But yeah, to me, I haven't really dabbled in them. Just I kind of felt like I was the bot, you know.
Okay. No, it's funny because that's how I feel too. Like I know how to set one up, and I haven't, and I could probably, but I don't know. I just like to, I guess, like be in control, or I think I'm in control,
Correct.
right? I think I'm
Yeah,
in control.
it's
I like to
yeah,
come
it's
into the
it's a
chart, set
thought,
them up, and take a trade. It's the
right?
thought.
And
It
be
makes me
done.
feel that I'm in control when I'm not. Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure, for
I like
sure.
to I like to look at large
What are
price actions to the downside and buy. You know, so
right, right. What are you thinking about long term with XRP? Like, what
I'm
is
looking at this
your
46 cent range, this golden dotted line you see across the screen, for a potential back test, or maybe we don't even go all the way down. Maybe we hold right here and we just continue up. Like, that was where I shared the idea in your Discord, that um, what to watch for on XRP. This was on the 21st. This was the day I entered the trade, so that's when it was. We shorted to the downside that day and then closed the trade, leading into the 44 cent to 47 cent rally. So if we hit play, like, this 46 cent to me is just crucial. And this is a 2 hour time frame, but if we continue to hold this, I just see us, since we hit this higher high, even though it's a wick, it's still to me a low with a high, a higher low with a higher high. And I know this is really the low, so we're just gonna have to really see how it plays out. If we get bought up, I just think 52 cents to what I've been saying for quite some time is 56 cent or 62 cents is possible for this asset. Like, I'm really keen on this 62 cent level, but we'd have to again get back up here and set a higher high. We'd have to break 58 cents, so that's going all the way back to here. So yeah, to me, anything can happen in the matrix. We can come back down to 40 cents before we do any of this. But if we don't hold this 46 cent level, to me, we're just going to come back down in the short term to long term. Um, but yeah, long term, end of the year, it's hard to say. Long term, few years from now, I see this project at a few dollars, if not, a couple tens of dollars.
yeah,
Oh, Bird Dog was talking about bots. I see.
yeah.
Pax Gold. Okay. It says he'd be accumulating Pax Gold during the summer. I've heard about it. I don't know much about the project at all. I haven't dabbled in it myself.
I'm doing H bar. I think there's kind of a safe haven for me. I think
Yeah,
H bar is my accumulation. That's what I'm doing.
yeah. I've been trying to dollar
H bar,
cost average.
XRP, and Dogecoin.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not really big on Doge. Like, I got a little bag. That's it. I de-risked most of it
A
on
little
Saturday
bag of
Night
little
Live
puppies.
that I held. Yeah. So
Smart.
I was smart
I
enough.
was I was the
I,
one that was buying it. I was the one that
I
was like
know.
to the moon.
Yeah. I got it shortly before. I didn't hold it long, and then I got that chance to de-risk it because a buddy of mine put me on it. He started kind of YouTube and Spotify and everything, speaking on news out of Raleigh, North
Uh-huh.
Carolina. Um, because of the work that I did. So that was motivational for me. But he got me on Dogecoin. He taught me into it. I bought a couple thousand and I sold them when they hit, close to 72 cents on Saturday Night Live. And I made a video that day and was telling everybody, sell your Dogecoin and get ready to invest it in the XRP, and your kids will call you legends one day. And I haven't looked back since, to be honest. I mean, I just didn't know if the hype was done with it there or what. Like, maybe it
That's
goes to a dollar one day, but people said it was going to a dollar then. Um, so maybe it does. I don't know.
right.
Like, I think it'll stay around because
Yeah.
it's got a lot of backing by Flair and it's got some backing by Elon, and like the public, they get what they want. Like, that'll shut them up for a minute. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, and and so I see it staying because of the hype around it and the publicity. But to me, it's like, what's it going to be used for? Like, to go to the movies, or like, is it for me, is it going to build generational wealth? I was late to the party. If you're someone that's invested in Dogecoin and heavily invested in it, you were a beginner, and you've seen life changing wealth, but maybe you weren't able to pull the trigger on it. Then I'm not saying it's not for you. For me, it's just, it would be a bad decision to go more than a large percentage of my portfolio in, because I was a late investor into it.
Right. But overall, though, I think we're so early to cryptocurrency compared
Correct.
to like the S&P, the SPY,
Correct.
the, you know, I think
Dollar
we're ahead of
cost
the game.
average.
Yeah,
Yeah.
average.
Yeah.
Taking charge of being part of this historic moment. I think, especially if the institutions and everything starts going digital in the future, us taking the time to educate ourselves and to understand the markets while there's fear, while there's so much unknown, I think is key for our success.
Correct. Yeah, we were looking at this the other day with Dogecoin. If it'd possibly go back down to 6 cents, is what I was thinking, which is possible. Who knows? But it'd just be an accumulation
Right.
range, dollar cost average, like I was saying. It's not like I'm against this asset. It's just I would have to continue to dollar cost average and stack on top of the small bag I got and be smart with it over time.
Eh,
Um,
what does FA mean? Bird Dog
FA,
says he's more into FA than TA.
financial advice, because we don't give it, because we're not financial advisors. So, but I'll be honest, like, some of the greatest advice I've ever learned came from somebody online telling me this is not financial advice. Like, whether or not it was financial
Oh,
advice or just advice
fundamentals.
about life. Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
like, some of the
no, he said
greatest advice I
fundamentals.
ever learned. Oh, fundamental advice. I just figured he was talking about financial advice because we talked crypto finances. But yeah, fundamentals, that dates back to the basics.
Yeah, I think me in general, I do have to do a lot of homework when it comes to fundamentals. I don't trade based on no fundamentals. I look at
Oh,
a chart and I'm
he's
like, okay, I'm shorting here
yeah,
and I'm longing,
he's he's talking about
Um,
fundamental partnerships, growth analysis, tech, etc. Yeah, I mean, there's no doubting it. That's for sure. Like, it used to be a big part of my work a few years ago. I'd share all the latest articles and of partnerships, and but at the end of the day, like, I learned about that, and like, that's good for the asset that I hold. So like, I want to invest in that, and I want to keep dollar cost averaging into something that's becoming a worldwide popularity in something I hold. It's becoming a household name basically. But at the end of the day, that absolutely helps me at a, do nothing at all when it comes to becoming financially secure. Maybe in the long term it will, but when it comes to short term, this hype around the partnerships and everything that I see, that gets people to jump into the market at absolute bad times, and then they cause them to sell the market at the wrong times. It's like it defeats the purpose of having these things publicly shared if somebody's not there to coach. And I feel like that's my job. So I felt like I had to step away from that, looking at the market that way, um, or else, well, I would just continue to trap people and direct them towards failure instead of towards success.
Right. Right. Yeah, I'm not. I'm all TA just because I trade every day. But yeah, fundamentals. I do think that there's some gems out there.
Right.
I do think, but it's
Like I,
we're so new in this space that it's hard. It's hard to even
I don't
like
doubt
commit.
fundamentals are important, you know. I just or market cap, you know, in certain aspects of viewing these markets, like I don't doubt that they're important, especially if you've got a Apple and a Bank of America and a, you know, whoever signing partnerships with you. Like this is like I think this is major and important, but I definitely don't want it to cause me to dictate how I present my work, or I don't want it to cause somebody else to make a move that they're ill advised against, because of one of these things. And I've seen that, and it's heartbreaking to me.
With that being said, what about XRP? Like, I mean, there's a lot of fundamentals, or is it hype, or do you really think it's like the next big thing? Or
I
I mean,
mean,
because
at the end of the day,
let's
there's got to be somebody, right? You know, that facilitates a major amount of money, and I just think that this what they made this for. You know, like they've
hmm
told us. Like I think they're literally telling us what will happen before we see it happen. I don't know if I
right,
can,
right.
if I
I
need to keep
wonder,
going, but
could we share? No, it makes sense. I mean, I just sometimes I wonder if they put this hype on a certain coin, yet the focus is going to be on something that no one's talking about, right? Like,
well,
what if?
that's where central bank digital currencies I think come into play. That's where I think because Bitcoin and XRP and some other cryptos like Shiba Inu and Dogecoin are making mainstream popularity. I think once the banks and the presidents and the governments introduce people to central bank digital currencies, the ones from their Wells Fargo's and JP Morgan's and et cetera, I think that's going to be the distraction. That they're going to continue to call crypto a scam and a fraud and say it's illegal and only criminals use it, like they have, to only further their agenda. Like I think that's what
hmm
most people are going to flood into is fight opposite of cryptocurrency, and that's going to be the dollar, but digital. You know, too many
Right,
people don't
right.
believe that crypto is worth it. They believe the dollar is king, and I think they're just going to walk right into a trap. I really do. And I'm not
Yeah,
saying XRP will overthrow Bitcoin. I don't know that it will. Um, I don't know. To go to 28K and overthrow Bitcoin, yeah, I doubt it. Um, but I don't know. I see it
yeah.
being a
I think
major
we're so
player.
early. hmm
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right. We are
absolutely. I
early.
think we're early, and I think that's why it's good to do your homework right now. Make sure you do your research and don't put all your eggs in one basket. More than anything, understand that any project, even big, like anything, could just go drop from the earth of the face, and it's gone. I mean, just like how it's happened before with Luna and other cryptocurrencies.
Not even with crypto. Look at what happened to gold in the 30s when they threatened you with 10 years imprisonment and made you sell it out of your homes back to the federal governments. That could very easily happen to some cryptocurrencies like XRP, the only one in a criminal lawsuit right now. We could see a ruling by either the judge to grant the SEC or Ripple favor right here, and it still go to Supreme Court, and we could possibly there then still see a ruling that says the IMF has to hold it, the escrow, or the Federal Reserve, and what if they try to do a 1933 buyback all over again? Like, these are things we have to consider when it comes to these
I
very
mean, just
speculative assets.
just like Twitter. I used to own Twitter stocks before Elon bought it, and he
Correct.
did a
Correct.
buyback, right? So I got a
I've heard that
bunch
from
of
other people.
yeah. I appreciate the money I got back from it, but it was like not upsetting, but I was like, I wanted Twitter, like that's just one of my holdings
You had a
because
goal for
I
that.
do believe,
Yeah.
yeah, and they did a buyback and they just automatically took it away from me and they just put the money in my account and there I didn't have no say, no nothing about it.
Yeah. That's why, I mean, I don't know if
Wow.
ledgers are safe, or LEPALs are safe and all, but I've got a ledger and an LEPAL, and I keep my cryptos, most of them, on those hardcore off storage or cold storage offline devices. That way, if a buyback system happens, I don't have my coins in a online wallet or an exchange online, or handled through a third party like a bank in the future, who will be able to handle your crypto.
Could it,
I'm going to be able to handle it myself. Hopefully, it's protected that way.
do you think if XRP clears um gets clear, we're gonna have a like a automatic pump it
Gets
to the
clear of
moon?
this 46 range, or are you
Yeah, it
talking about
stopped
with the
showing.
SEC lawsuit?
But let me get to the SEC lawsuit. Oh, got it. I'm gonna share really quick my XRP chart, my
Okay.
projections. So in the daily, let me see. And this is just more long term. Let's see if my daily chart, there it is. So this is my daily XRP chart
Hmm. Looks like a
that
nice
if
cup and
we
handle.
hold, do have 95 cents target for XRP. And
Yeah,
that
I
is,
like that.
yeah. So if we hold, and this is based on, sorry, it's at the second high, and right where the lowest price action is, I have the intersection target of 95 cents that I do see XRP going if we cross this high, right? If we cross this weekly trend line. So I
Correct.
do see XRP going to 95 cents if that's the case. Of course, just with everything though, it could definitely roll down. And if it rolls over, I have targets as low as 22 around there. Didn't you say XRP equals 22 or 20
Yes, XRP equals
in your
22.
decode?
Correct. Correct. XRP equals 22,
And
and Ripple equals
so
40.
let me see if there's a target around 40. Prices. So I do have a target right here, and you can see it in green. It's 40.20,
Yeah.
and this is based on a 4-hour target. That's a bearish target that I do see playing off. So right now, and this is based on this two touches. And if we broke this trend line to the bottom, we could retest or continue within this range,
Correct.
and we could roll down to 20 or even be our higher low, and then we could continue to the upside. Or
Yeah.
again, we could definitely roll down to 31 cents. But yeah, 90, and I would say 31 is my low. Fundamentals. I just see what the charts are telling me. But I was thinking, based on your decode, I was thinking maybe we could see that 22 because I have a target down here in my weekly as the floor of XRP to 20 around 2022.
On a
So
weekly time frame, you
that
see
would be
it closing
definitely
some
interesting.
weekly around 22. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
22 is a very big number for XRP. Uh, Very pivotal. So I think that's where we'd come to after we see the close of the XRP lawsuit. Like everybody thinks it's going to be bullish and good news. I just still see it coming possibly back down. Maybe we continue up in a upside rally to around $1 like you're talking about and then get the news and it shoots back down over time, but either way, like I don't think the news is going to be good at like people are projecting it to be. I'm just against the masses. Like the masses have gotten me in trouble following them. And I go on my own lane now.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, people that are over here saying this is gonna be the price target and this is it. It's like, no, that's not quite how it works. It's gonna do what's
Right.
gonna do when when it feels to do it. And I think we could try to attempt. I mean, the Bitcoin halving is next year. The countdown is for 2024. So this
Right.
could all just range for a whole year. Right? I mean, it could happen. It could be a possibility. We could continue within this range, right? Technically, nothing's happened since May 2022. It's still in the
Right.
same range
Yeah. Super
if you look at
suppressed.
it in the weekly time frame.
Yeah.
Super suppressed, definitely. But so I got the weekly target based on the orange here. I got my high, one touch, two touch, right? So
Nice.
the lowest price action gave me that target of 90, 95 for XRP high. If we cross and one touch, two touch to the downside, we have around 20 cents for XRP.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a lot
I
of
think,
that's dating back to March 2020 lows.
yeah, because in the broader, I mean, just looking at market structure in general, we have to understand that the low of this contraction phase. So this is its own contraction phase, and this was its own contraction phase, and the low of this contraction phase was 0.095.
Mm.
So
Mm. Hmm.
we
As
have
above,
to
so
be
below.
aware that X to this low,
Yeah.
right? I mean, this is the contraction phase that we're playing. So from holding it to make that double bottom, because it's part of market structure. It most definitely could play out, right? So that's something to be aware of as a XRP holder, that we're not in the clear. We're just ranging to the side. And even if, like we say, like we could get that little pump to 90. It's so funny, in the monthly it looks like it's hasn't done much, but we could get that pump to the upside. Let me delete this. To that 95, and like you said, and then continue and come down to
Yeah,
So let's get a
I see
target
that.
for the upside. I think it's I think so.
A new
So
all-time high.
what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna throw a fib, or I don't want to erase this chart because this chart is pretty. Okay, let me open another. This chart
Yeah.
is cute. Usually, it's okay. You know what? I'll remake it.
Bird Dog said agreed.
Okay,
The
bye.
XRP
Bye, my
army
chart. I love you.
talked me into holding instead of selling for profit. Like, and that's what I've seen. Like, I was one of those victims as well. Like, I de-risked some, but it wasn't enough to change my life. Even if I would have de-risked it all, yeah, it would have been healthy. Um, but still, yeah, I was a victim of that too, and I had to learn a craft and skill to get me into my outcome. I had to start decoding. I had to start realizing these markets were ran on numbers. Like, and I thought it was time at first. I thought there was a certain time in the day you had to be in there to trade, and like I was wrong about that. There were beneficial times, I'll say that. Market open, etc. Overnight, 2, 4 a.m. when other countries are getting involved and just waking up, it's their market open. Like, yeah, there are key times to be in this market and pay attention to volatility. But I really learned it was just a cyclical nature of, like you were saying, every May watching your portfolio just vanished 50% to the downside. And it's like, what happened? uh, but yeah, I got tired of that as well. And then I kept watching throughout 28, 2020, 2021, 2022, how it's just every year it's just a cycle, repeat, rinse, repeat. And I started taking advantage of it and decoding it. And here we are today. Where, we're profits in the profits. And that's because we've been an investor since 2020, but we bought the dip then and held long term. And yeah, I mean, it's just now we're dollar cost averaging. Now we're learning a craft and skill, and we're ignoring what the army has to say. The chain link Marines, the hexagons, the Ethereum enthusiasts.
For sure. Absolutely. I think and it's good to, so what I do to try to find the high, what I've been doing in my technical analysis is measuring from previous new contraction phase. So I want to measure the average. The average pump was 95,533.
Wow.
And if we come back to the lows of this contraction and and have that same 95,000% pump, because we have to be realistic here. Um,
Right.
we could have a high of $96 per
Mm.
XRP.
The
Okay, so
queen died at
$96. I
96.
don't know if you have a number. Oh, really?
Yeah,
So I
she
was
died
thinking
at
that's why, like, I don't know
96.
if you have a decode number. Okay,
Well,
I
Bitcoin
like that
Bitcoin hit a
then.
69K top, so that's
And
as above, so
then
below.
we're gonna. Ooh, okay, I like that. So we'll go to 16 and let me go ahead and mark it here. I'm gonna. Okay, that'll be amazing. Okay,
Yeah, and
96. I
that's
just want
in
the perfect
between
96 there.
69 and 96 is in between Ripple. Gives you, if you type it out in a decode, it'll give you 76 and 86. So it'll be right there in between major ranges for where potentially Ripple could go, XRP could go one day. Ripple equals 76, 86. So just a connection. That those two numbers will put you in between 69 and 96.
Right, right. Uh, Let me throw a fib here. So what I want to do now, I'm gonna move this. So I'm gonna throw it from the really low of of 10 cents XRP to the high.
Mm, yeah,
Okay. Uh, I'm just seeing my 61% fib break out $32 there as the high. So $33 actually. Is it 33?
yeah.
What is it? Yeah, 33. So 33, do you know so anything with 33 or 69 for our high, I think it's a really good possibility for XRP. Understanding though that we could see an additional, leg down of 0.098 cents. Like that could be a possibility, right? And this is in
Yeah.
my weekly. Let's save this.
Is that the weekly or the monthly?
What other? Oh, I'm sorry. This is the monthly time frame.
Okay, yeah.
The monthly time frame is giving me that the fib pool right of $50, and then just the average percentage of last pump to, let's say, up until measured pump, that would give us $96 on XRP.
Hmm.
And
Yeah, I
then,
mean that again that ties us into a powerful number, tying us
yeah.
into the queen. You know, she was highly tied to finance and the world. So anything's possible there. Or 33 being the very powerful transmutation number when water unfreezes from 32 degrees, or Jesus who died at 33 years old. I think that could come after a $27 high of XRP because Ripple also equals 27. So yeah, we can see these ranges hit. I think after we of course get past 14, 17, those ranges as well. I see those as powerful ranges. XRP equals 14 and 15. So I'm looking at
Hmm.
those few dollar ranges right there as well as a potential pump to the upside, setting a new all-time high for the first time in over 5 years. So again, very suppressed as you can tell, going all the way back to 2018. We haven't set a new all-time high, but we're
You
still
said
in. What was that?
XRP equals 14.
Yep,
14.
correct. Yeah, and
So
Chaldean.
I was thinking I have a target for down movement. I have a similar target here, based on my one touch, two touches, around $15.
It, it,
Um,
it equals 15 as well in another
so
cipher. So it equals
I
14 and
wonder.
15. Hmm. Yeah, that looks nice because I mean, there's one, two, three, four, five multiple touches. Six, really, if you count that rejection.
Hmm.
Right after
You see how it
22. Yeah.
dropped here? So I was thinking of this trend I could get around 14 cents for XRP, and I want to see if that correlates. No. Ooh, that's
It's going all the way back in
right on
time.
the
Yeah.
88% fib retracement,
Yeah. It goes
right
all the way
here
back
on
to
the 88.
2017. Nice.
So that's interesting. So I'm trying to find the possible low. Like I said, this little W that could be playing out just off the bat on the monthly. You can see it here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see on the weekly. On the weekly again, hasn't done much other than going sideways.
Yeah. A
That's
lot
why
of
I was like, it's
consolidation.
not breaking out yet, guys.
Yeah.
A lot, a lot of
Yeah. You hear that in
consolidation
every
here.
video, every thumbnail.
That's why everybody's like, to the moon. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, no, you ain't going nowhere. Come back to Earth.
Right.
You're
Clint
not going
Clint said
nowhere.
he had
No.
been holding XRP for years in hopium, but really reality is taking profits. Yeah, I agree there. Gotta take profits. Thanks for sharing your wisdom. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Bird Dog says I would love to preach the DeFi gospel to you guys. We're gonna need it. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm in a few DeFi projects. I can't lie. I'm glad I got the Flare ecosystem in my back pocket with XRP. I think it's really
I'm
gonna
not,
utilize
honestly.
XRP. You're not in it, or you're
I
not happy
really
about
want
having
to.
it.
No, I'm not in it. I don't have no
Oh,
DeFi. I'm not staking any DeFi coins or anything. Like I need to do that to make some percentage gain. Well, I'm playing this game too, right? It's multiple sources of income.
yeah, I hold
No, I
Songbird
haven't.
and Flare. Those are my main two. Like there's a few others, but they're very speculative. Like yeah,
Right.
so
Yeah,
I
I
won't
need
even
to.
mention them.
It's like a surprise. Yeah.
Yeah,
What about? Yeah, I need to find something that I could stake some coins while this is all happening, especially if the halving is not till next year and we have a whole year to wait here. Um, that could be a possibility too.
yeah.
I
Like I
like how
state,
XRP is coiling up though.
yeah, I do
Do
too.
you?
It looks nice. Yeah. What? Oh, that. Yeah, I haven't
I
added
think
that yet.
it's coiling up. Nice. Great indicator to show us that like a squeeze is coming.
Right.
So that's
Yeah,
what I use
I've
it
seen you share it.
mostly for, like a visual. It's called the RSVVB. Great
Hmm.
indicator. But just looking at it right here on the weekly, we could see that it's coiling up, and it could continue all the way till September, guys. October, September.
Mm.
So just based on this weekly time frame, like one touch, two touch, one touch, two touch, XRP could continue here all the way till September 11, around there,
Hmm.
and then make its move. We're talking about
Yeah.
September, October, because if you draw a horizontal line here, not horizontal, vertical, I apologize. A vertical line here, this is taking us all the way to October, Monday, the 9th of October of
Hmm.
2023.
A
So it's
Monday
something to
too.
consider that this could literally this could literally range all the way to October
And that's
XRP. And
between
honestly, I
40
feel like that's what's
cents
gonna happen with
or
XRP.
what's your bottom trend line at?
Um
36
so
cents?
I'm on the weekly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm at the weekly. So I got my trend line from all the way from back here. What is it? Monday the 9th of 2020. That's my
Mm.
first touch. My second touch is Monday the 2nd, 2023.
Hmm.
So I have one touch, two touches, and that's my support. And then I got the high on on Monday, April 12th, 21. Second high was Monday 8th, and that is my weekly wedge. And from that point, then I think we'll have a pop or an explosion. But honestly, I don't think it's gonna do much to hold.
Right. I think
So
whatever it
anyone
does
in
will be short lived.
XRP, yeah,
All those
I don't.
touches were on a
I
Monday, by the
personally,
way.
and no,
Oh, because that's the weekly time frame. No, duh,
mm,
duh. Yeah. It's because it's the weekly, so it's reading Monday. Never mind. Yeah, I'll be here. But if they
it's
all
okay. I
did come in
believed.
on
I
a
was like,
Monday,
oh,
I would
that's
pay attention to. I'd pay attention to a Monday move if they all did come in on daily on a Monday. I'd have to look into that.
hey, you
But yeah,
never know. You never know. I've been looking at times in general because I day trade, and I've
right.
noticed like when the daily is printing around like 5 p.m. Pacific time. That's when like bigger moves are like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and then when you have your London open around 11 p.m.
I was just
So
about to
from
ask.
10 to 11, it's like I've noticed those times work for me as a trader when volatility comes in around 4 p.m., 5 p.m., and then at night around 9 p.m., 10 p.m. at night before London opens.
Nice.
But
Yeah, I was about to ask how the sessions
but
played into that.
yeah, yeah. So for the sessions, we would have to definitely go into like a 1 hour time frame here. Let's see what it shows. And that's why it's so important. Like I tell people, like if you understand that a 4 hour trade or setup is gonna take literally like a whole week to play out. If you're setting up
Seven
a
days.
daily setup, it's gonna take, yeah, a 4 hour play is gonna take approximately 7 days. If you're gonna set up uh, a weekly trade, if that's the case. That's going to take like 3 months to play out,
Mm.
right? And that's why, I
Pay
mean,
attention.
even a 15-minute setup could take 24 hours. So that's
Yep.
why I'm big about, like, learning in the smaller time per day.
Yep. I was trading on the 5 and 15 minute time frame just the other day, and it took days to execute my trades. You know, I didn't have to go in there and view the whole day. I knew I had my target set, my purchase, made. So we just had to wait. Waited it out.
Guess we're gonna wait it out till October.
Yeah.
All right. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun summer, Abe.
Bird Dog says China's turn to pump it up.
Especially because China's trying to pump it up. We just need the pump it up song. What was your friend? What's his name? I forgot. Oh
Roy
my god, and his
RC3
pump
more.
it up song. Oh my god,
Yeah.
Roy. Yeah,
Yeah.
RC3 more. Oh man, he had me
Yeah, he
laughing
loves
last
that.
night. he was. We had like a one per. We had a 1% move on BTC, and he sang the pump it up song.
Yeah.
Like what? He was excited.
Yeah. Yeah, I
It was
want him to
so
do well. I
funny.
want him to do
I
well.
couldn't stop laughing.
Uh, yeah, we got to make that
Oh, it's
that
good stuff.
song
Good stuff.
trend again, but only at the right time. But yeah, it's fun
We
to have.
really do. Absolutely, absolutely. But
James
it's a good
Trimble
song.
says
It's gonna be
Crypto
amazing
Crew.
next year. Everybody's
Oh
gonna
yeah,
be back on it.
no doubt. Back on the wild train, cryptocurrency, wild wild west. But James Trimble says Crypto Crew University
I don't
put
know.
out a good video on XRP a few days ago. Have to check it out, James. Appreciate it. Check it out. Never heard of them. Crypto Crew University.
Hmm. Well, I just I don't know. I don't even. I mean, I think it's gonna be a big percentage gain, but in the end of the day, I don't know. I just feel like technically, it's gonna go where it's gonna.
Right.
For me, the news, I see financial news just like the CNN. That's how I see financial news, to be honest
Misinformation.
with you. I don't consider them. It is. I feel like it is misinformation. I feel like it's all BS. Like you get measure and you get your next target.
Yeah.
Just like
I've always been
FOMC
broke.
meeting, I just feel like no matter what the charts, you always been broke.
Yeah, broke, lost, distracted, and
What do you
confused when it
mean?
came to paying attention to the news, financially or any kind of news. Like that's where it
Yeah.
left me was broke, lost, distracted, and confused.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. When I stopped watching the news, financial news too, because I was so concerned, like, oh, the FOMC meeting is today, or something's happening
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow, or Jerome Powell. I mean, even though it's still cool because you do learn, I like to learn, but in the
Right.
end of the day,
I mean,
I
they
started
tell you what's up.
correlating it.
You just gotta know how to read it.
Yeah, like in the end of the day, I would put the chart on, and then let's assume Jerome Powell speaking next to it, and yeah, it's gonna react to it just like anything, right? But in the end of the day, it moves technically. It's gonna move. It's oversold, overbought. If it has divergence, it's gonna go the opposite way. I don't know. That's how
Right.
I've taken it. So for
Yeah, I've got
me,
some videos where I've decoded these meetings, and it's all by the numbers. Like they tell you too, like in their articles and stuff. Like I've broken this down, what he says in his speeches and things like that. And even FOMC meeting giving you certain numbers, taking Bitcoin to certain prices on those days that match by the numbers. Like it's pretty obvious. And then like you said, they come out and they speak, and then they basically tell you in word salads what they're doing. You just got to have the eye to see it, and if you do, you can capitalize on the markets and know how to trade. if you're decoding and viewing this like you're supposed to. So again, I think it's fun to watch, but I just see too much hopium and you know talk around these meetings and things that leave you broke, lost, distracted, and confused at the end of the day instead of using it to your advantage.
Right. No, absolutely. If we break this monthly target, oh, I told you, huh? Yeah, 95 is my target. No, but absolutely. I just feel like the news is just all a distraction. And I'm so happy I stopped watching even the financial news and just started committing in the skill and started committing into like, whatever happens tomorrow doesn't matter. I need to understand the charts for me, for myself, so I could know when the high is in, or what's it going to take for me to take that action and be like, okay.
Right.
Oh, did you notice the 12 and the 26 EMA cross bearish on the daily already? For me, that's big.
I noticed it this morning or today earlier before we got on. I was looking at that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just
I knew
realized
that was
that.
big for
So
you.
I trade with the flow, guys. I trade with the flow. I trade based on price action above 12.26 EMAs, and I just like this. And I actually hide the candles just to get that nice visual. And just getting that visual on the daily, we have officially crossed 1226 EMAs, and for me that's a bearish trend, especially because price action is below. So my expectations, like I said, is continuation probably within this um, range right here.
Apex.
Let me draw it. It's gonna go like this, like bam, bam, bum, 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 bum. And then she's gonna explode. October,
One way or
guys.
the other.
October 2023. Well, one way or the other. So we'll come back on October
Yeah. Until then,
2023. But
no.
definitely, I mean, especially if that's until then. No, but yeah, it's crazy how long the candles take, though. I don't think, when people invest, they don't realize how long this could take out. Like,
And the
and we
plays. Look at the
we as
mountains.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
that's
and we
euphoria,
as
that's
traders,
fear, that's FUD, that's FOMO. Like all during those time periods. That's news
news.
articles and TVs and everything coming out. Your barber, your granny, your best friend that you've told crypto to 100 times to get into, and they haven't. And it's like, oh, they're gonna come out and tell you about crypto at these times. You know.
Yep. And by the time we're here, we are gonna still be in it, right? But when
Right.
it pops, people are gonna end up buying in when it's too high. When everyone's selling, I mean, when everyone's buying, that's when we're selling. And when there's no noise, because you must believe right here, this zone right here, it's gonna be a sad era. It's over. There's no more crypto. I mean, you can already hear it, right? There's
Hmm.
crypto is dead, and that's when you want to keep accumulating. You want to keep,
Boring.
growing your bag, because it will explode. Yeah. And that boring, sad contraction phases that will be playing if it doesn't break to the downside here at 31, because it could still break this and we could see lower targets. But if not, we can continue within this wedge, and it'll be perfect DC, um, a perfect DC a year,
That's
to
what I'm
its
gonna be doing.
average in this zone. Hmm. Just amazes me how this could take all the way to October, but it's going to be worth it. I'm happy that we learned the skill and that we are aware that this could literally be within a range for almost a whole year, and, take advantage of it. Because one thing I've noticed, Abe, as a pattern trader, is the fake outs too.
Yeah.
This range that plays out,
That's why I hate
we could
pattern trading.
definitely fake to the downside like well, welcome to Pattern 101. You're gonna love it
Yeah.
after after working with me. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm already loving it. So
I'll make
thank
it
you.
fun.
You do. You do.
So with this pattern, I mean, we could definitely break down, fake us, the world's gonna end, and boom, shoot up.
Yeah.
I've
Correct.
seen that so much with patterns. Usually, the first move is usually a fake out, and then you have the real trend to the upside. So
Right.
after this coin momentum, we could definitely, come back down and just go up. But
I like that.
allocation, and for those that don't trade it, just TCE, DCA, sorry, and just keep accumulating. But be
Right.
aware that 0.098 could definitely be in the range because it is within range. It is within the contraction phase, and people need to be aware that don't put money in that for years to come.
Yeah.
A lot of people put
When
in
it
money expecting to go up because this is your range right here. This is your contraction range. And it comes all the way to 0.098 for XRP.
mm,
So something to be aware of for XRP holders there. I think that's pretty.
yeah, it is. I was about
I
to say
think
that
that's a
looks
cute
really nice.
range.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
Clean to the point. Imagine
Yeah.
XRP to nine. What did we say our high would be?
96 cents. It's right there around that
90
94 cent
something dollars.
range. Oh yeah, 90 some dollars. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
$96 are high. $96 high for XRP when it decides to move. And it's
Yeah.
just beautiful to understand the fib and measurements because when it comes here, we as traders now, we know this is where we sell because it's gonna drop just like it did here. And the
Yeah.
cycles, like you said, the cycles repeat,
hmm
you know.
Yeah, and the RSI is
So
probably going
this
to
would
be
be our
extremely
high.
oversold.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, down whatever it does, it's a year, most likely, it's gonna retrace and just and do this for a next. How long is this year? It's gonna do it for like 4 years and then pump again,
Hmm.
and pump, and 4 years are gonna pass and pump again,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Look,
there's been one alteration where
um,
it has like two pumps in one cycle. If you go back, uh, you can't really see it on this chart, the Poloniex chart, but
so
that one pump up before 2017, like it had like two
so this
pumps in the
will,
cycle. It might actually be that
I
2017
see.
2019 rally on your chart. See how it had a high and then it pumped
Uh-huh.
up one more time. Like it's famous for
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
that,
right
from
here.
what I can tell. And then yeah,
Uh-huh.
right there, 2013 to 2015, it looks like it did it again from inception. But there's another chart that shows it even better. You'll just have to find it sometime. But it does that kind of like one touch, two touch to the upside type deal. Um, but yeah, and then it comes back down. I've noticed that. I'm very keen on following that, seeing if it continues to do that. So could one be at that
Because
33 and
look,
then the other at
average we got
96, or
right. Because check this out. So the average when XRP came, so we spent 945 days down here. We
hmm,
trapped up. Now we're in a fraction phase. That according to this could last all the way to October. So that's an average of 2,345 days. If we
hmm,
pull that average to, another consolidation phase up here, right, where the halving happens, well, we're going to see, like we saw this pump accumulation, we're going to have pump accumulation, we're going to have accumulation, right? And it's going to
right,
be pump accumulation. And that's probably how the chart will move. Forced to people thinking this is going to. So our job, is to. I mean, if we enter here, of course, we're probably not want to sell up here, but take some profits, right? But it's
right.
probably gonna. move like this, like a stepping pattern, right? Till it
Yeah, I see.
finds, or
That's what I see.
yeah, I mean, it could do that for you,
Yeah, I see one chart move to the upside, straight back
right?
down, and then consolidation, move up, maybe a little
For
consolidation,
like
and
a
then
couple
and a
of years.
downtrend. Yeah, yeah. Well, now after the
Mm-hmm.
downtrend from the
So
initial move up, we make, yeah, I see consolidation for a couple of years. Yeah,
right. So for me, as an XRP holder, I mean, I think for all of us, I mean, just holding for retirement would be smart, right? DC in here, but definitely if you ever see XRP at the highs here from 33 to 98, I mean, it's ideal to take your money and run and just reaccumulate more, right? Because when it drops, but it's definitely interesting to see how it
yeah.
might
I'll
play
be
out,
taking
I think.
profits at 7, 10, 14, 15, like on up the ladder. Like I'm not gonna be, I'm not gonna care anymore. Like I'm just gonna take my profits when they come to me. I
Yeah,
got limit
because
orders set, so
I mean, think about it. How much you're good at math? What's 2,345 days? How many years is that? Three
2,345 days. Well,
from
6 will go into that 3 times, so that's 600. So there's 365 days in a year. So if you've got 6 going into that 300, sorry, 3 times, that's automatically over 6 years. So that's 6 to 10 years roughly, easily. Just right off the top of my head, I couldn't
that's
give you an estimate
wild.
dates. Yeah, but 6 to 10 years. I
But
did roughly that amount of time in prison almost. Uh, so yeah, so that's how I know that. But yeah, yeah, 17, 18,
wow,
nineteen
that's
hundred
wild.
days.
I mean,
Yeah,
just as an observation here, I mean, it's wild to even think that sideways movement could take 5, 6 years, right? So, like we said, the best thing to do is dollar cost average, or learn how to play the game like we are. But understand that once this happens and we move to the upside, it's gonna range within this range now, 5, 6 years, and then again pump up, and the cycle repeats, right?
yeah,
That's definitely interesting to see that.
yeah. It's 2,300 and
Just
what days? 45,
possibilities. We have 2,345 days that it ranged
6.7 years.
sideways.
Yeah,
Wow, 6 years sideways movement on the weekly.
yeah. I knew it was about as long as my prison stay. So yeah, I did know that.
that's that's wild.
It is.
So you're so young too. You're so young.
Yeah, I went to college, bird dog. I went to college twice, and I dropped out twice too because I couldn't stand the indoctrination. And now I probably am gonna go back one day. So
What do
yeah,
you want to study?
I'd like to get my EMT and become a firefighter. To be honest,
Oh, that's
I used
cool.
to volunteer when I was younger for Summit Volunteer Fire Department in North Alabama. I did that for a few years, and I don't know. I've always enjoyed it. But yeah, I have to pass a little EMT course, a little small course, but I want to get a 2 year certification to be both a paramedic and an EMT.
Okay, I see you. So I did right. I worked in the emergency department as an EMT for like 6 years, 7 years. It's
Okay.
funny. I have a lot of health history. I loved it. I loved it. There's nothing like working in the emergency department. The adrenaline rush that you get of like
Yeah,
this, like it's crazy. It's wild.
exactly.
You learned a lot. It's really amazing.
Yeah, I went to high school for it as well. Like I took medical prep in high school. Like I said, I went to college a couple times, and I went to the school of hard knocks, like Bird Dog said. But yeah, my mom, she's an LPN, licensed practitioner nurse. So she's been in medicine her whole life. Now she does home health care with clients. So like I've always been drawn to medicine. Um, I watched all the shows, Grey's Anatomy, House, all of it, whatever. So yeah,
Hmm. Yeah, that's awesome. No, hopefully, you gotta do what your heart tells you to do more than anything. So
yeah.
that's awesome
Well,
that you
right
want
now
to
it's taking care of my
provide
son.
that kind of service.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. It takes
For
a
sure,
real
for
character
sure.
to do it.
Right. Let's do the high of XRP. I had a beautiful chart and I deleted it. But
Uh oh.
so I'm sorry, Bitcoin. Bitcoin. But yeah, I think $33, $69, that's gonna be like our highs for XRP whenever the halving happens next year. I think that would be really good highs just based on our fib measure move. But don't expect anything, guys, for now till next like while.
Yeah,
Right.
we'd
Let's
be
see
lucky
if
to
we
see
can
a dollar
continue
in the near
here.
distant
Let's
future.
clean up till over. And then yeah. Yeah. 95 cents is in the a possibility if we break this weekly trend line, but yeah, that's still gonna take a while.
Yeah.
It could happen though. They move quick. I like this chart though. It's cute. Let me see.
Yeah, and it's a long term view.
And
It's
then
nothing
we
to give
could
people too excitement about. It gives them time to
move on
prepare.
here.
Dollar cost average in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do see a possible 3 to 4 figure XRP
Let's
one
see.
day. One day, you know.
Sure. I mean, let's measure this from our high. Let's clone it. Right? In 20 years.
Yeah. Grandkid baby wealth.
Grandkids. Wow. That would be wild. 98,000. We're talking about like 2020,
Imagine what Bitcoin will
2030,
be at then.
2030,
Yeah. Yeah.
2030,
Bi-
around there.
Bitcoin by then might be half a mil.
Yeah. Um, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, we are just right
Early.
in like the midst of dollar cost average every day, every week, and skill. So you learn how to get out. You know, you need to learn how to get out more than anything. Understand, the possibles. What's gonna, for me, I don't know if you've, so the way I would get out is on my weekly using the 21 simple moving average. That's, that's something I have in back of my pockets here that I am aware for my high that I'm looking at. So of course it's going to be based on my TA, but I was taught that the simple moving average, the 21, will help me and guide me to exit the market when it comes time to do it. Uh, and that's something that I be guiding and showing people on my Discord, and when the time is right, when the time is here to exit the market. Where is it? I can't hear you, Abe. I don't know if you're
I'm
speaking
just
or not.
watching. I was just waiting. No, I was waiting on you to
Okay,
get
okay,
that
okay.
21 up. I see you're having. There it is. I think.
Okay. Okay, so I was mentor taught me that price action will respect the 21. We're going to be able to understand if the top is in. So just an example right here on the weekly on this high, once price action closed completely, we got candle closes, especially the second candle close under the 21.
Correct.
That's a trend reverse. So now we're in a downtrend, and that's when he exit all his. That's when he sold completely. So
Mm,
I am gonna have that 21 simple moving average in my hands when that pump comes, and to be aware to exit the market and take my profits.
correct.
So just wanted to bring that to your attention, and to anyone that's watching here, write it down, keep it down for next cycle for next year. 21 simple
Yeah,
moving average.
correct.
But
On the weekly.
yeah, it's gonna be beautiful on the weekly. Yes. Oh man, you want to share? Just because my computer's so slow.
Yeah, I can. Tell me where to go.
There we go.
BTC obviously is what just going up,
It's like
right?
lagging. Yeah,
All
BTC.
right.
We could do BTC, and you could visualize the 21 simple moving average if you want to put it up in your chart. And if you go to the weekly, it's so beautiful how it just respects it, and you could see how it could be useful later on for
Right.
when we exit the markets.
Yeah.
It's just getting prepared for
21.
those moments, taking
Right.
action now, and learning about those little things that are gonna guide us and help us next year when the halving happens,
Oh,
because
that's a
it's
tough
gonna
chart.
be. Oh, BTC's going.
Yeah, that's the dominance. That's the
It broke my
dominance.
supply so.
I got a
Oh,
clean chart. Yeah, I want a clean chart to pull this up on. Okay,
you
here
have
we
to
go.
share.
That's a 21.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't
No,
share my
you're not
screen?
sharing yet.
I thought I
You're not
did.
sharing.
Oh, I hit present.
No.
What happened?
Mm-mm.
What happened? There we
It
go. I should be able to
wasn't
do it
me.
now. All right, Shaggy.
Okay. Now you're sharing your screen.
Boom.
You're
There we
sharing.
go. You see
There
it?
we go.
Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, this is the 21 she's talking about, the SMA, this red line, and we're getting a clear bounce going all
Thank
the
you,
way back to
Clint,
on the
for
weekly.
stopping.
Yeah, thanks, Clint.
Mm-hmm.
Have a blessed day at work. Be safe. But Monday, March 6th, we had a low and then a bounce since then. So, like she's saying, is watching for potential movement of under the 21 SMA on the weekly. That's bearish, obviously, like back here. This whole time we're in a downtrend. Accumulation, accumulation, going back in time throughout the history of Bitcoin. This is a CME futures chart. It only goes to the 2018, but still, same thing applies to the 21 moving average here. Where your fork above it, if we look at the RSI, this is another great indicator on the weekly above the 21, and we're above 70, 80, 90% on the RSI, the daily time frame. It's starting to get time to de-risk, then get ready to accumulate again. De-risk when you're above 90, 95, 70 high RSI levels, and your fork price above the 21 simple. So de-risk, accumulate, not financial advice. But yeah, so really adding a lot of confluence to what she was saying there on the Bitcoin 21 simple moving average. Now you said you wanted to talk about future prices.
Oh yeah. Man, I wish I had my chart. I did a beautiful chart on XRP, and just like the high. What would be? I'm sorry, BTC. We could. I mean, how would you determine your high on BTC for next halving? I guess, or what?
It'd be
What are you
breaking
thinking?
69 first, like obviously, like we know that.
Right, right, right.
But what am I thinking
But
for the new
let's
all-time
dream
high?
here. Yeah, let's just dream. Let's go on a dream here, an adventure on a
I think we're about to hit 100,
diamond hands.
144K. I mean, I think we're about to hit 144K. I really do. Somewhere in that range.
144.
Yeah.
Let me
Like
see
once
what
we
I
break
have.
69K, I think we're about to shoot up to the next golden pocket. and that's going to be right there at around the 1618, which is going to be above that. But I think we're going to get some volatility around 117, 115, maybe 111. Uh, that obviously, I think 100,000 will be psychologically, so maybe 96,000. The mirror of 69, but I didn't think we're going to continue to 175 right there around the 1618, and this is going to be over time. Again, nothing new under the sun. It takes time, but by next year, 2025, we could easily see this $181,000 Bitcoin. And if we look at the decode around that, the creator of Bitcoin is Satoshi Nakamoto, they tell us. And that gives us 181, which is the 42nd prime number. So very important. That's tying us into Saturn, Father Time, Kronos, the god of all gods, the one ring to rule them all, giving us that same 69K Bitcoin hit and that 42, the second 181, the 42nd prime number. So that's what I see, like future, long term.
Mm-hmm. Um, let me see. Let me see. My high for BTC. If let's say this was the low and the low was in already, right? A lot of people think that the bottom is in for BTC, and it could be at 15, 16K.
Right.
Um,
So
me
you're
and my
talking about this low
12K.
right here.
Yeah, let's say BTC hit its low. Um, because a lot of people think that the bottom is in. I think
Uh, yeah.
you never
I,
know, right? You never
I,
know.
I said back then when we got this low that you're seeing on the screen that you're talking about, like I knew for now, like a bottom is something that can take up to a year or longer to form. So you're right. Like we don't know that it's in until later in the charts. But
Uh-huh.
like I knew for then, like it was a great time to accumulate to get ready to de-risk. But like you're right. Like the bottom we don't know is in. So I agree.
Like, imagine if it was. I wish I would have known you by the time that low hit. I don't think I came back to uh, the waters above community till when did I come back? I don't know. Oh, I think like in February I came back. I was
Yeah, I
part
know
of
you've
it, then
been
I
around the
left.
last few months, I think, because I've
Yeah,
been hearing and seeing your work, your name, um, in the
all
chats,
over.
etc.
Yeah, so I think I came back by February, like in the beginning, and yeah, so I was in a different community at the time when that low hit, and yeah, so I didn't know, if I knew you guys and you guys would have told me like, hey, you should accumulate and buy. Knowing myself, I would probably not have done it because I'm really stubborn, but
Well, it might
I'm
not
learning.
work out for your investment at that time to buy.
Yeah, but I'm learning. I'm learning with you guys, and because I always say I'm such a teddy bear. I think it's still going to go low, but I could be wrong. The bottom could be in, and if that's the case, I see Bitcoin, if the Bitcoin halving of next year, going to the high. I have like 18. Oh my, no, that's not 18. Wow, hold on, this is that trying to figure out. Trying to work the charts with you over here
Right.
in my end.
You are.
I threw a fib and let's see. Possibly like would it be no? Could it? Should have? Maybe. I mean, it could even go to a hundred. Yeah, 100. It's realistic to go 100K.
That's very psychological, very psychological.
Yeah,
Six figures.
100K BTC definitely could be in the cards for like you know next halving. Absolutely. It's gonna be beautiful. I'm so excited. I'm so ready.
Right. And that's March
Oh,
25 or 24?
uh, next year, I think it's
Yeah, I think it's
24. It's
March
March.
24.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're pretty close. I mean, next year, but yeah. But like you said, the good thing is right now it's just like accumulating, understanding this, um, getting knowledgeable, and just getting
Yeah,
ready
this was
for
the
it.
last
Yeah.
time we had a halving, was around this time period in March of 2020. And the March 24 time period will be our next halving. So look at
Yeah.
the accumulation and opportunities we're given usually right around the halving or roughly before or right after. Just pay attention to that, and this you could go back in time and pay attention to every 4 year halving cycle, and you're going to see some kind of volatility right around before or after the halving that gives you an opportunity to get into the market, not financial advice. So upcoming, we could by the end of the year maybe continue up a little more. We'll have to see on the lower time frames. This is the daily, but we could continue up to some of these 38, 40K. We'll see, and then come all the way back down and either retest this low, set a higher low, or I think set what is called a spring and go even lower and then be bought up into the remainder of, well, forever, you know, period.
Yeah. I'm still hoping for my 12K.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're coming back down now. Whether we break this 15 and a half, 16K low, I don't know. We'll just have to see. Like, I've got limit orders set at lower prices. Whether they ever get hit, I might just have to one day take that money and take it out of, a trade that's set on a limit order to buy for the last forever. It feels like since November of last year at least, and I might just have to deploy that in the market somewhere else. It's how long can I wait to leave this capital on the sideline with a limit order set to be deployed in the market, and it's not deployed, not gaining me no ROI, no passive income, no return on my investment. It's just staying stagnant. If I needed that, I'd put it in the bank.
Right, right. But with this inflation, technically, it's cash, and
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
still good to have in the side. I like to have my investments spread out. I have some cash, I have some silver, I have a lot of stocks, Teslas. But I also have my cryptos and I trade. Because you just never know. Especially if we go into a depression, like I'm trying to buy Walmart stocks. I think
Right.
Walmart will be um, one of the indices that is or it's gonna do good if it happens,
Yeah, it's a
or we
major
could be hit.
corporation.
Yeah, if you think about it, people are not gonna be buying no Nordstrom, no Macy's. They're gonna be buying Walmart, the things
Yeah,
that they need, not that they want.
correct. Totally
Yeah, but
agree.
yeah, but definitely one step at a time. As a trader, as a technical analyst, we can only play what we see and understand that how to play the game and just go with it. Just go with the flow. Like I always say, just go with the flow.
Yeah,
You
go with the flow. Bird Dog wants to know where we see the lowest low for XRP. Did we cover that in your charting?
Um, I see XRP.
I
Yeah,
know you was talking
I
around
think
that
it is.
14 cent, maybe 9 cent. So I think that really covered it. If we were to get any lower low, like Bitcoin was to break 14K and go to 11, 12K, I think that can go coincide with a 14, 11 cent XRP, maybe 9 cent, like she was talking about. That would go all the way back to 2020 highs or lows. I mean, for that asset.
So I think XRP could range in this range, right? Like I showed you with the weekly trend lines. I
Right.
think we're at the point where it could range from 36 cents. Let's see. Let's mark it. From 34, I would say, to 58, right? We could range within this range for the next till October. But if we would break that major support, we're gonna come down to 14 cents XRP. Yeah,
Yeah, all
on
the way
the
back down
weekly.
there.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah,
based on my support being broken. So 14 cents would be my low for XRP if that support is broken.
I like
But
that.
like I
The
said,
144 I really like. Like you had it
yeah,
on your chart 144, and I really liked that. When I saw it, I was like, okay. Like if we break 46 cent, then 40 cent, we break 22 cent, like we're going to 144. I could see it already. But yeah,
yeah. I think it's something that you do have to be aware that it could be most possible. Or again, we could on our weekly time frame set that range from highs at 58 cents, and my low would be at 35 cents. Right,
correct.
that would be my big range, and just dollar cost average there because it could break. It could range here till October and then just give us that squeeze when the halving begins next year or in October or next year. But it could definitely come down to 14 cents if that support is broken.
Right. I agree with that. Yeah,
It's going
because
to be.
we are in that kind of, I guess you would say, bull pennant kind of, just choppy range, like you were saying, all the way till October. You were viewing it on a daily time frame, or what?
Weekly.
When you were drawing your weekly pennant,
Yeah, it's the
you were
weekly.
you were going all the way back. That's why,
Yes. You have
and
to
that's
all the way from the back.
one touch,
There you
two
go.
touch.
So if that trend line breaks, my target, like we said, 95 cents, right? If that's a major trend line for me, and that's a major support. Exactly. So
Yeah, that was a
perfect.
lot better.
Yeah. So if you connect those two trend lines, we could range to October. You could see that the peak is around October, maybe. Or
Yeah,
what do you get?
I'm getting in October like you're getting the beginning
Yeah,
of
yeah.
November. Yeah,
So we could definitely range within this range all the way to October. But if we break to the upside, we got 95 cents. And if we break to the downside, it's going to be 14 cents from that pennant. So I would definitely set alarms or like within that range. And, dollar cost average more than anything, dollar cost average because, I mean, what, like we said earlier, what is it? The difference between pennies, right?
right.
Or for future investments more than anything.
Yeah, money and investing, like the most important thing to understand. Like money transfers to impatient hands, or from impatient hands to patient hands. So those with impatient hands are going to lose their money to those who are more patient in this game. So that's how wealth transfers.
Yes. I like that.
Yeah, I mean it's true. Like I mean, it's like 100% accurate. Like
I know, but us overthinkers, we think
right,
we like to be in control. We think,
yeah.
I don't
Believe
know,
me,
but
I know.
I know sometimes I ask myself, I'm like, why don't I just dollar cost average and just let it be, right?
Right,
But it's like, it's entertaining. It's artwork for me. I love it. I love you guys. I love like just the community that the underworld trading world has, and it's just something that I believe it takes a lot of skill to
it
master.
does.
A lot of skill, a lot of heartache, a lot of pain, a lot of. But it's like a hobby. It's something that not everyone could visualize, could see the charts, the way they move, and I think we're unique for that as a trader.
Yeah, it's a game. It
It's a
really
game.
is.
It's a chess game.
Yeah, and it's hard to win that game. Like if
Yeah,
you're
but
not paying attention to every single move, you can really lose.
yeah,
And
but
I've
it's
seen people
also
get over leveraged and lose everything, and that's scary. Like
yeah, but it's also important to just be at peace with like that one good trade, right? As
right,
a trader, like you, like I'm happy that you're not in a trade anymore. You said that you took your profits, now you're at peace with it,
correct,
and tonight or later on you can look for another entry and just
right,
keep accumulating as we're waiting for October to come. we keep building our bags, and that's what I've been doing. As I'm waiting, I'm
Yeah.
understanding the charts, I'm understanding the possibilities, and I'm not going to wait for someone to tell me, oh, go long here or go short, because in the end of the day, it's our responsibility. We're the one pressing the button. You can't blame anyone for anything. It has to be
Right.
you. You
Yeah.
have to take the opportunity.
Yeah,
Wow,
you got to be
BTC is
courage
super
enough
fun.
to make the decision, though. I mean, when it comes to investing, it really takes a courage person, like to put your hard-earned money on the line for something that's very speculative or something that ultimately falls into your hands. And like you said, at the end of the day, it takes somebody that's very skilled, somebody that's patient, somebody that knows how to develop the open mind to understanding something new, because that's what you've got to do when you join these markets. You can't think that you know everything.
Hmm.
You're gonna get smacked down real quick, and so I mean, it's like you said, a lot comes into to being who we are today to hopefully be able to help others. And I'm not gonna come on here and act like I know it all, and I know you're not. I see that in your work. You'll tell somebody if you don't know something, just like as I would if they ask me a question. But you get a lot of people out here today that want to come in and try and teach people about finance, etc., in life, and it's like they try and be the guru, or like they have all the answers to your questions, and it's like that's not what it's about. Like finance is totally involved on everyday life. No
Yeah,
matter what
everyone.
you do in life, it's tied to the markets. Or news that we may see. So so it doesn't work like that. Having all the answers.
Right, and not only that, you just have to take what resonates with you, and because we're all in different financial situations, and it's like,
Right.
what is your projection, or when do you need to see, cash flow, or what do some people can't wait a year, 2 years for this pump to happen.
Right. Correct.
Some people need money every day, like I do. I need to make money every day with the market.
That's
Um,
that's what I was telling and sharing with a person right here, a private client of mine, who they were dealing with something in life and they didn't want to be recorded. Like we were having a very valuable conversation, and the fact that they came to me at that time period was valuable because I was able to help them and prepare them to get out of the market. And they could get back in the market for you know within another week. They just need the money then. And I was like, okay, well, if you got to get out, like here's some accumulation ranges, and next week if you can get back in, good job. And they were able to. So I mean, it worked out. But like, I don't know, like I don't know. It's soothing to know that though.
no,
So now I got a
absolutely.
skill and I can help someone.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that's our goal. See how sweet we are. Yes, I think that's our goal. Overall, why are you laughing?
I don't know. I just feel good.
That's awesome. That's good. It's good to feel good, especially the day before your birthday.
Right? Yeah, I forgot about that. Well, I was just thinking because my day started off kind of bad. Like the Matrix, it sends their agents, and sometimes your day doesn't go the way you want it to or you expected it to, and maybe you don't handle yourself the way you are raised to. I'll say that, and like your day starts off bad, but then it ends well, and I mean, hopefully, moving forward, that's that, and you know, you can take a note and rise up, be better, and just go forward.
Absolutely. Every day is, like I always say, every day is a new opportunity, right? To sometimes life is gonna hit you and you take one step back, but you gotta just get up and keep going every day and keep
Right,
pushing forward. And I mean, look at us now. We were just talking um, before we came in our live about how, like, our journey, our trading journey. Now we're here doing lives, like just coming together as a community, as a partnership to help others and try to understand the market, answer any questions. Because it's hard, guys. It's not easy, and that's why I open my Discord, even though like 90% of the people don't ask questions because they're shy.
right.
It's a matrix. Like nobody's gonna judge you. Nobody sees you. I see
Right.
you, but 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 you feel
Yeah,
me? Like
you be looking.
nobody. I'll be looking. I'll be googling. I'll be researching. No, just kidding.
Oh man, ain't no
I'll
telling
be
what you'll
doing.
find. Uh,
Mm.
yeah.
But it's like it's you against you. This in this
Right.
matrix in this world, it's you against you, and you have the power to learn anything and do anything. I mean, if I could do it, you could do it. We all could do it,
Exactly.
right? Like this is crazy. It's beautiful to learn this skill. It's not easy. Like I said, it's not easy, but once you learn it, I always embrace to share with others because people need help out there, even
Right.
though it's hard for a lot of people to admit it, but they do need help.
Yeah, a lot of people are coming to me. Hopefully, they're going to view this, or maybe are some of the few viewing now. But I mean, they're new to crypto. They need to know how they want to know how to get in, and it's nice to start and to see those people that are unaware of what crypto is or just how to get involved start to come to me or our channels and search for the answers because it shows that the hard work's really paying off. Like the number of times I went to bed wondering, like, I wonder if my friends are seeing my videos, like, because those are the people I wanted my videos to affect, like the ones I grew up with, the ones I've interacted with throughout life, like the ones near and dear to me, more than someone
Hmm.
else, like from Wisconsin. Like nothing against Wisconsin, but like I don't know you, bro. Uh, can we have a level-headed conversation? Like, most of the people I wanted to affect, like, were close to me, like I was saying, and so like that's what I started with was Facebook, and then I branched out to other sources, and now here we are today. And like you were saying, we were talking before we got on, and 3 years ago I wouldn't have thought I'd have been on YouTube, especially after getting one channel banned. And so I kept on Facebook, and then I went to Rumble, and you know, a month ago I wouldn't have thought I was collaborating with you, and you're on the West Coast, I'm on the East Coast, and now here we are trying to meet in the middle and just connect the United States together, male, female, and you know, be good to go from there.
Yeah, and this is our first live, and I'm so excited for our future
Yes,
lives, and you know
correct.
what we're gonna be bringing to the table. So that's gonna be fun. That is gonna be fun. I do see some bearish divergence. I'm excited about BTC on the five
We're at
minutes.
in the
On
five
the
minute.
five, you know me. I'm
Oh
always
Lord,
I'm looking at the 1 minute or the 5 minute. I'm like,
yeah.
okay, what's the next trade? What am I gonna trade right now?
You're looking at a
It's so
bearish
bad.
divergence of the RSI.
Bearish
Yeah, I
on the
got the MACD.
RSI. Yeah,
Or you get the RSI.
but we did break this resistance that I had drawn. So
Oh yeah,
I
that's nice.
next level I'm seeing is the 50% retracement at 28,754. I expect that's our 50% retracement from the top to the bottom. And like
Oh,
I
this is
said, if
XRP.
BTC.
Yeah, it's the same thing though. Bearish dot. Yeah, that's nice. Higher high with a lower low in RSI.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was looking at XRP at first. I was like, why is this so weird?
You're like, what are
but,
you? What did you
yeah,
take, Maria? Sorry, what did you take? I don't understand you.
nothing. But yeah, totally getting bought up out of this range. Yeah,
And it's hitting
open
that
orders.
what is it, liquidity? You can see
Yeah, I
you
mean
have
that's
your
a
phone on mouse.
resistance. Yeah, that's definitely
Hmm.
demand. So, or a supply test, basically. Your demand, I think, would come in right here. I don't know how you view that, how you view it, but I always view my demand coming, pushing us up, and my resistance being my supply of support
You're,
or supply of resistance or supply test zones ahead.
you're using the order blocks, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Sonar
Okay.
Labs order blocks. So you
Think the
might be
best
viewing
of
that
it.
as demand and supply down here.
So bullish order, bullish, bullish is green, and bearish. I'm gonna put red. What time? Right, 50. Sorry, let's see.
Yeah, I'm on the 5 minute right now.
5 minutes. See, it's so pretty. I feel like I brought some like realization to the group. Like, just focus on your five and see how pretty that support looks. Like,
Yeah,
if with the,
that's why I've got
I
them
love it.
green. Like the support's green and the resistance red. Like that's how I've labeled it in my settings. I think
Yeah.
I just gotta check. I don't remember. I might not have touched
No,
it at all.
no, you're good though. Yeah, yeah. The
Yeah,
bearish.
bullish green, bearish red. So I might have just left it like it was, but I don't remember.
No, but it's beautiful to just being able to learn the skill that you could, just go all the way to your 5 minutes, and now you know what's happening. It went to the liquidity, it went to your bearish order blocks, and we could possibly have a rollover,
Yeah,
drawing a trend line from the bottom all the way to the top. So the way I take my trades is based on my trend line breaks, based on supports, based on 1226 EMAs flipping. It just gives you that confluence of, like, getting yourself ready for a possible, like I mentioned, a higher low if we continue to the downside.
correct.
um it's just market structure, right? So I always say, if the trend leaves, let it leave. It's okay. There's always going to be another train. Every day
Right,
comes with opportunities. Every day comes with a new setup more than anything. It's just learning how to view the charts and learning and being at peace with the charts.
right. 12 is above the 26 right now. That's what you've got correct on your 5 minute time frame, going all the
12,
way back to late last night or 2 days ago,
yeah,
actually.
1226 EMAs. Yeah, I have a bullish trend. 1226 EMAs. Yeah. So I would wait for my support to break on those two little wicks that came down to 28,174. That would be my support.
Hmm. Right here.
Those, no, lower.
Oh,
Where the Yeah, those two
yeah,
wicks
28,
right
174.
there. Yeah, I would
Yeah,
put a horizontal line right there, and that would be my support now. And I'll just follow it because I didn't take this long. I wasn't a long, but
right.
long story. Anyways, it's the isn't
Yeah,
it the worst? Like, where it's going. Like, me and the guys did TA this yesterday. Do like, everybody told me like it's going up. Stocks, everybody was saying, and I was just, "Mhm, sure, guys."
yeah, yeah. Probably gonna come back and retest these, hit this order range, make a decision up or down from there.
hmm
Could consolidate a little bit, but yeah. Just like you said, the fact that I mean we are setting what is this, a daily time frame? Look at this. What is this? A higher high? Yeah. So I mean, if we go back to the daily, look at this on the 2 hour. We are setting a higher high now than our previous rally right here. So to me, that's showing continuation to the upside. I'll
hmm
just hide the drawing so we can see that better. But breaking this as well, this previous structure right here, leading into our low, and we got this low. I mean, to me, we could continue up on the 2 hour as of right now, probably up to 28.8. Um, roughly
28.7.
20,
Yeah.
yeah, 20, roughly 29, like you were talking about earlier in your charting. So, I mean, it's adding a lot of confluence to what I see as well with what you were saying earlier. And then that could be decision time as well. Um,
hmm
but the lower time frames are going to matter what we do between now and then, like I was saying, when we pull the drawings back out and we just make this decision right now. If we get a break of structure right here out of this, I don't know, bull pennant, whatever bull flag you want to call it, um, but yeah, oh, bullish on the 5 minute at least, but that could flip soon as well and give us another retracement, come back down. Yeah, definitely see a retest of this median. So coming back to fill in some of these orders right there around the 26 SMA, EMA, I mean, 5 minute. So that'd be about, what is that? The median's at 28.3. So yeah, 28.3, 28.2. Oh, she signed off, you guys. Let's give her a few minutes, see if she comes back on. I don't know what happened, you guys. I'm not sure what happened and how long she been gone. I just kept talking. Well, that might conclude the first live video for me and Awakened Soul on the Daily Candle Close News and Awakened Soul Crypto, you guys. We made it almost 2 hours in. So, yeah, we might just conclude it right here. I'm going to read a few comments in the chart. Josh says, he always has some nice charts. Thank you, brother. Glad you can tune in and watch us. Andrea Berry gave us some hearts. Appreciate that. Yeah, Bird Dog, I'll be in the Matrix, bud, all the time. But yeah, I'm glad to have you all viewing with us tonight. And you can make the first ever live Tuesday night hangout between Daily Candle Close News and Awakened Soul Crypto, where we come to answer your crypto questions, teach you about mindset, investing, trading, something we plan to do every week for those as crypto becomes more of a household name and the economy gets worse. We want to be able to help you and prepare you for what may come in the near distant future and how to take advantage of these markets and just prepare your family for the future. Crypto is going to be an easy way to do that by learning how to take a hold of a skill, a craft, and turn it into your outcome, your destiny, by becoming an awakened soul and a pioneer. So, with all that being said, look forward to seeing you next Tuesday in some of our upcoming work that we release. Take care and God bless. Pioneers, awakened souls, rise. Build your fortress and build your legacy.